have been practicing a little bit. I even took my shoes off so I don't break anything. So Greg, let me show you what I got, okay?
All right, here we go.
They're actually having a presentation right as we speak on the alternate routes that are still in play. Now, people have been signing up.
But check this out, Steve. I found something even cooler. Come on with me.
In the event of any sort of emergency, there is a centrally located 12-person refuge center. Starting next year, this 4th grade classroom will be filled with 6th graders. It's just one of the changes being made due to budget cuts. This year, there are 39 boats registered. Now, that's a pretty high number for this type of competition. Some of the organizers say that the impact it has on the community is huge. We're standing just north of Pike Lake, where the fire has pretty much burned out a lot of the area that you see behind me. However, some hot spots are likely to flare up. Experts say it can be a very addicting hobby once you start digging into your past, going back decades or even centuries if you're lucky. So keep the umbrella handy, but what about, is it going to be a little windy or?
On Sunday tomorrow, okay. Yeah, we are expecting
so maybe a couple
conditions.
of umbrellas just in case one flies away. 2 bomb threats, both in Marquette County today, the most recent one at Sawyer International Airport. Marquette County officials surrounded the airport as they say a bomb threat was called in for 2 o'clock this afternoon. An explosion did not go off. Do you think that 2 Cubs fans have ever sat together on this set?
Not since I've been here, I don't think. You know, Mike Lutham's been doing sports for a long time, and I think he's a Tigers fan.
I think we're making history.
There's one here to clean homes.
When Tammy Angelelli and her family moved to the UP 3 years ago, she thought her background in customer service would be an asset. But she's been looking for full-time work in the town of Wakefield ever since.
I've called and called and called and called. No response.
In a sad chain of events, Tammy gained custody of 2 of her grandchildren and lost her part-time job after her department at Indian Head Mountain Resort closed down. Now she counts on $850 per month.
That gets frustrating. Or to hear my other grandkids. They want to go to the circus. $15 shouldn't be a problem. But it is.
Her daughter also lost her seasonal job.
My youngest one's in diapers. Diapers aren't cheap. Without a job, how am I supposed to support them?
It's a question many are asking. Still, Michigan's unemployment rates have improved. The latest numbers show the state sits at 8.3%, almost on par with the national rate.
Everyone's doing better. I mean, the recovery has been slow. And in comparison to where we were, I mean, it's very exciting where we are today.
Out of the 15 counties in the UP, Gogebic ranks among the worst. It jumped 0.4% in the last 2 months, bringing unemployment to a skyrocketing 10.9%.
The current pattern of trickle-down growth in the area is leaving too many families in poverty and too many young people without jobs. It's causing many to flee to places like South Dakota or Nebraska, where the demand for workers is growing.
According to a recent study done by Michigan Works, that's because the western region is isolated, with not enough jobs, a declining population, and a spike in taxes. In the last 10 years, the region lost nearly 3,500 manufacturing jobs, including the shutdown of Smurfit Stone and Ontonagon. The jobs that are available require higher education.
The challenges are that there's more openings now for people who have those higher skills and fewer people who have those skills to fill those jobs.
Back in Wakefield, Tammy and Jermaine hope to finish their online college degrees despite the lack of jobs in their town. In part 2,
Steve, authorities take any bomb threat they receive very seriously. As a result, several departments assisted in the investigation. The main efforts, of course, keeping the public safe, and in this case, it came at high cost.
In Marquette County, a hoax. 5 bomb threats called in last Friday, causing the sheriff's department to call on several law enforcement agencies to step in.
In a situation like this, we have to. It takes a large amount of resources, especially when you have so many threats called in such a short time period.
At Sawyer International Airport, passengers and staff were evacuated after a bomb threat came in at 1 p.m. Delta and American airline flights were postponed.
You had approximately 150 people flying in and 50 people flying out. There's 200 people. People are picking them up, dropping them off. it disrupts everything.
Officials say it costs more than $13,000 to combine efforts. Here's the breakdown of the costs. $3,700 for the Sheriff's Department, $1,800 for a bomb squad to arrive from Grayling, $6,000 for the Forsyth Township Fire Department, plus an additional $1,700 for the Escanaba Public Safety, Forsyth Township Police, and the Marquette Township Fire Department. For some, a pricey pill to swallow, but perhaps the larger damage came as interruption to daily activities and rerouting police officers.
And when we had to leapfrog from one threat to another, it really did tie us up quite a bit. The problem with that is, of course, is that we're not available, or we have a reduced ability to respond to other complaints that, of course, don't stop coming in.
Steve, students from North Star Academy, where the initial bomb threat came in, were sent home that day. NMU, Marquette General, and the Sawyer Medical Center also evacuated, and we're told a nearby store in Sawyer also had some loss of business as a result. A serious crime, one that police say is not tolerated by law enforcement nor the taxpayers. Back to you.
Like any other 10-year-old, Lad Anderson dreams of one day becoming a soldier, like his big brother. But last October, the Calumet boy was diagnosed with leukemia, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation stepped in.
My Make-A-Wish was to go to my brother's graduation, but I didn't get to because my numbers were too low.
We went without him. And he was kind of bummed, but his second choice was to get an iPod Touch.
But Make-A-Wish thought that wasn't enough. So instead of going to the Army, they brought the Army to him.
And to bear true faith.
For one day, Lad enlisted in the United States Army Reserves, and his mission was a big one.
The city of Marquette, and they wanted us to help them build a bridge for this regatta race. We took that and we said, you know what, the bridge comes second at that point. We'll get this kid out here to do whatever he wants to do.
Lad got a uniform, called the shots, and helped build the bridge.
Right now, we just unfolded the roadway, and Lad is helping the crew behind me bring it back to shore and latch it onto the bridge.
Watching him participate, you never know he's a sick boy. His mother says it wasn't always like that.
At first, it was really hard. He very self-conscious. They know that kids know he has something, and he felt like they're going to think he's odd, weird, contagious.
She says Lad turns the fear into strength, and he pulled his weight around the Army boat.
Tough guy. He never complains. Barely even winces when they give him his injections in his legs. He is amazing.
The soldiers say he'll be a part of the Army Reserves forever.
That kid is a role model to everybody. I'm jealous of him going through what he's going through, still mustering up strength to come out here and want to serve. That's incredible, 10 years old.
The bridge now serves as a breakwater for the 2012 Ensign sailboat race in Marquette. But for Lad, it built a path to making his wish come true. In Marquette, Simovska, TV6 News.